Hello friends, I am Dr. Harsha Suryavanshi, Assistant Professor from Sri Shivaji Law College, Parbhani, Maharashtra. In the previous two videos, we have seen about plaint. In the first video, we have seen about particulars of a plaint. Next, we have also seen contents that must be there in a plaint. Now let us see what is the procedure when plaint is presented to the court. What happens after suit is instituted? A suit is said to be instituted on presentation of plaint. Rule 9 says that on admission of plaint, the court may direct the plaintiff to deposit as many copies of plaint as there are defendants. Similarly, the court may also direct the plaintiff to pay the requisite fees for summons. The court also orders for summons to be served on the defendant. Rule 9 speaks about return of plaint. When the plaint will be returned? Let us get it cleared now. The plaint shall be returned at any stage to be presented to the court in which the suit should have been instituted. For example, if the suit was supposed to be instituted in court B, but it was instituted in court A, in such situation, the court may return the plaint so that it can be moved from court A to court B. Right. Now let us see when the court will return the plaint. The court may return the plaint when it does not have jurisdiction to try the suit. Now what is the procedure for return? The court will mention date of presentation of plaint. The court will also mention date of return of plaint. The person who presented the plaint and the reasons the court is returning the plaint. These things must be mentioned in order for return. The order regarding return of plaint shall be intimated to the plaintiff. Accordingly, the plaintiff may make an application to the court and request the court to specify the court in which he should present his plaint. The plaintiff may also pray that the court may fix a date for appearance of parties in the said court. The plaintiff may also request that notice of the fixed date may be given to him and the defendant, and accordingly the court will pass order stating the court in which the plaint shall be instituted. Secondly, the day on which plaintiff and defendant shall appear before the proper court. After this order, it is not necessary for the court to issue fresh summons to the defendant. Now let us see other provisions or other procedure regarding plaint. We have seen when the plaint is presented, the court will direct the plaintiff to deposit copies of plaint and pay the requisite fees for service of summons. If at any stage of suit, if the court comes to the conclusion that the court does not have jurisdiction, the court may return the plaint. Now let us see the provisions regarding rejection of plaint. The court may reject a plaint in following circumstances. The court may reject the plaint if it does not disclose cause of action. Similarly, the court may also reject the plaint if the relief claimed is undervalued and the court has directed the plaintiff to correct the valuation within time, but the plaintiff has failed to correct the valuation, the court may reject the plaint. Sometimes, if the plaint is written on a paper which is insufficiently stamped, the court may direct or the court shall direct the plaintiff to supply the requisite stamped paper within a fixed time. If the plaintiff fails within the time specified to supply the requisite stamp paper, the court may reject plaint. Similarly, the plaint will be rejected if from the statement in the plaint, if the suit is barred by any law for the time being in force. If the summons plaint is not in duplicate, the court may reject the plaint. Similarly, if the plaintiff has failed to comply with provisions of Rule 9, that is, he has not submitted sufficient number of copies of plaint or he has not paid fees for service of summons, in such situation, the court may reject the plaint. Now, let us see what is the procedure on rejection. On rejection of the plaint, the judge shall record an order that the plaint has been rejected, and the court shall also mention the reasons for rejection of the plaint. What is the effect of rejection then? The rejection on any of the grounds mentioned in the earlier slide does not preclude or does not prohibit the plaintiff from presenting a fresh plaint. That means the plaintiff can present a fresh plaint in proper court with making corrections that have been directed to him. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much.